So hello everyone, welcome back to another topic of dentistry. Today we will be learning about the permanent maxillary canine, the anatomy of this tooth and the carving. Okay, so let's get started. Before that, we need to know the some basics of this tooth. Like the first evidence of calcification is at 4 to 5 months of age, and enamel is completed at 6 to 7 years. Eruption is at 11 to 12 years, and root is completed by 13 to 15 years. Okay, after the eruption, the root completion takes 1 to 2 years of time. Okay, now coming towards the average dimension, these dimensions are for carvings. Okay, and it is in mm. So the crown length from the cusp tip toward the cervical end, it is 10 mm, and from the cervical end to the root apex, the root length is 17 mm, and the major distal diameter at the contact area, like at the maximum convexity area or the broadest area of the crown at major distal dimension, it is 7.5 mm, and at the surface it is 5.5 mm. And from the mesial or distal aspect, we can see the labial lingual diameter at the contact area of the highest convexity, it is 8 mm, and at the cervical end or the cervix, it is 7 mm, and the curvature of the line, it is suppose this is the mesial aspect and this is distal aspect. At the line of curvature at mesial aspect, it is 2.5 mm, and at the distal aspect, it is 1.5 mm. Okay, from labial aspect, this tooth doesn't resemble any of the central or the lateral or any of the anterior tooth. Okay, either it is 1 1 or 1 2 or 2 1 or 2 2. Any anterior tooth, the canine doesn't resemble to any anterior tooth. Okay, and it is the crown is more constricted towards the cervix. Mesial and distal surfaces are more convex, and the long, well-developed, sharp cusp. It is a single cusped tooth. Okay, and the root is conical with a blunt apex. Okay, as you can see here, the crown is more convex and it is constricted at the cervical third, and it has a cusp, a single cusp present, well developed cusp. Okay, and the root is conical with the blunt apex. Other than that, it has some other feature also, like the enamel ridge. Enamel ridge is present on the middle third of the labial surface, which separates the mesial and the distal surfaces with each other. Okay, and it is well developed, and the mesial and distal surfaces are attached to it like a slope. Okay, then coming towards the lingual aspect, the cingulum is well developed. I mean, it covers the cervical third of the crown. Okay, and the cusp, as you can see from the lingual aspect, it is sharpened. Okay, and the mesial and distal surfaces are convex, and it has another feature of lingual ridge. Okay, which starts from the tip of the cusp and ends at the center of the cervical cingulum. Okay, and this lingual ridge divides the lingual fossa into the mesiolingual and the distal fossa, and they are very shallow, not very deep. Okay, and as you can see from here, the root tapers lingually and inclined distally above the middle third. It is somewhat toward the distal surface at or above the middle third of the root. Okay, coming toward the mesial aspect, mesially it resembles the central and the lateral. Okay, and the crown is triangular in shape with a well developed cusp, and the root is conical in shape with blunt apex, and coming towards the distal, it also resembles the mesial aspect. The crown is triangular in shape and the root is conical in shape with a blunt apex. Okay, other than that, the mesial line of curvature is somewhat higher than the distal. Then coming toward the incisal aspect, the crown looks more like a diamond. Okay, as you can see, it is more like a diamond. Hmm? And there is a pronounced enamel ridge on the labial surface and the lingual ridge on the lingual surface. Okay, and the cusp tip is, as you can see here, this is the mesial surface and this is the distal surface. Okay, so this is the mesial slope and this is the distal slope. Mesial slope is larger than the distal slope. Okay, as I have mentioned here, mesial slope is larger than the distal slope, and other than that, the cusp tip, this cusp tip is somewhat towards the distal line from the center. Okay, so let's start the carving of this tooth. As we all know, we need a wax block, a pair of carver, small and bigger one is preferable, and a metal scale. Now I have drawn the lines which divide the wax block into the equal halves, and I have marked the buccal, lingual, mesial and distal surfaces. Okay, so let's start with the buccal surface. Just remove the wax at the incisal edge of the buccal surface. Don't touch your cervical end of the wax. Okay, and remove the wax in a sloping manner towards the incisal edge as shown in the video. Okay. Yes, now crown is getting some shape of like a cone, or as you can say. Okay, the slope toward the incisal edge. Yes, merge your middle third of the crown with the incisal edge as you are moving toward the incisal edge, making it more slopey. Okay, reduce your what you say in at cervical end of wax block, reduce or make it like a punch cut. Okay, merge your whole of the labial surface towards incisal edge. Okay, as you can see, the crown is getting somewhat convexity towards the incisal edge. Okay, now toward the lingual surface, we need to make the lingual fossa. So reduce the incisal edge surface or the incisal third of lingual surface. Okay, making it like a slope. Then, as we all know, the crown is constricted over the lingual surface. So reduce the wax, making the lingual surface looking constricted. Okay. As you can see, it is getting a triangular shape toward the lingual surface. Now for cingulum, just reduce your cervical third portion as a punch cut as we have done on the labial surface. Merge it. Okay, so it is a rough diagram or the rough what you can say shape of the crown. Now check for the dimensions. Reduce accordingly. Okay. You need to reduce more wax at the cervical third because the crown is more tapered toward the cervical end. Okay. So in this video, the carving is for 1-3. Okay. First quadrant, canine. Reduced labiolingually also. The crown is broader labiolingually. Okay. So it is after reducing the dimensions, we got a shape of a crown. Okay. Now for cusp. Okay, as I have mentioned, cusp is towards the distal surface from the center, and the mesial slope is greater than the distal slope. Okay. So the mesial slope is greater than the distal slope. Now we got a shape of like fountain pen. Okay. Now for the enamel ridge, just reduce like in a sloping manner in the mesial and distal third. Don't touch your middle third of the crown. Okay, labial mesodistal. As you can see, the enamel ridge is obtained here. Merge your whole of the surfaces with each other. Okay. Enamel ridge is formed here. Okay. Reduce the wax irregularities. Now, for the lingual ridge, which divides the lingual surface into the mesolingual and the distolingual shallow fosses, use your back end of the carver. Same as we have done on the label for enamel ridge, same for the lingual ridge also. Just remove your wax uh, apart from your ridges, marginal ridges, okay? Leave your marginal ridges, just remove a small wax because we need a shallow fossas, not a very like digging fossas. Okay, after obtaining a shape, use your pointed end of carver to merge whole of the surfaces with each other. Okay, you people may get this video as a darker because of the contrast. Okay, so we have achieved our shallower mesolingual and distolingual fosses on the lingual surfaces, which are divided by the lingual ridge. Just smoothen out the surfaces of the wax and rounded up all the ridges. Okay, now for the root, just remove the edges of the block. Okay, then yes, do it very slowly because the root is very longer than the crown and it is more conical. Okay, merge the root with the crown dimensions. The video is like not in normal speed, it is in a double speed. Okay, so just don't follow the speed of this video, otherwise you will be ending with a broken root and separated crown. Okay, now for the curvature, line of curvature, mark on the mesial surface and draw a line. As I have mentioned in other videos also, like don't just dig the cervical line which separates the crown and the root, just draw a shallow line which indicates that there is end of the crown and start of the root. Okay, merge whole of the crown and the root surface with each other. Okay, and remember one more point here, the crown is more tilted towards the distal end at or above the middle third of the root. Okay, remove the wax irregularities. And one more point, after every carving you need to polish the carving either using a muslin cloth or the polishing cloth, or if you don't have any such type of things, you can use your cotton also. Okay, this is the buccal surface, mesial, distal and the lingual or the palatal surface. Okay, this is the incisal aspect. Okay, so hope you people like this carving and anatomy video. If you did, share this with your fellow colleagues, and if you like, then just hit the like button and share this with your fellows also. Okay, and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching.